Hello, but welcome to this video. It's a tutorial about conceptual design and conceptual thinking about the building project. In the case that I'm going to show today is the bridge beam and the infrastructure project. So to get this point about discussing the final concept, we need to iterate several alternatives. Here we're going to define some terminology about bridge, and you see in the first square here we have this superstructure, which is the deck of the bridge. In the middle layer we have the substructure, which will be the piers, and finally we have the pad foundation. We'll contemplate things like piles and things like that. Here, the first thing. So after we know this terminology, we are going to go inside more things like, for example, here we have two alternatives presented two for the deck. There could be many different types of decks. I chose alternative 1 and 2 when we can iterate to an alternative number, for example 3, in the case that we can make some excuse about that. That one, and of course we are going to delete some stuff here to make an sketch over there. That one I can draw a beam, of course, here. For example, maybe another color. I choose for the palette another color. That one. So, as we see here, alternative number 3, for example, alternative 3. So in the example that I'm going to go through today, I am going to sketch in other program, so we can have a visualization in 3 model, very simple, and in that way we can discuss things like requirements and things like that for evaluation and the final, choosing the final model or final alternative. Okay, for this purpose we need to have some, we can switch off this one, yes, that way, but we need some kind of measurements for this stuff here. So the pad foundation, it would be 12 meters. That's the width and the length, or the length I mean, and the width it would be 5 meters for the foundation. For the piers we have the length 6 meters and 2 meters height. And in the elevation here you see that the piers have 4.6 meters. The foundation has a height for around 1.2. Some little stuff here to could draw this deck later on. So we jump into the program that we are going to use to the illustration of this stuff here. we are going to use the Autodesk Fusion 360, which is a program that is very simple to handle, and it's only for ideation of different perspectives, different alternatives, concepts, and things like that. I found a versatile program. I like it for short demonstrations or short ideation, as I said before. Here's the program, and I have taken some pictures for this presentation. That one they need in the other screen, and the other is very more extensive dimensions for making this model. So we are going to call this save as. We are going to call this bridge beam, because we have the type of bridge is a beam bridge, and of course that. Beginning with that, we need to create a component. So the foundation and the piers, it could be a component, while the deck will be another component. Making that new component, and the component we will call this pier 1, for example. Right. In that way. Okay, to make that, we need to make a sketch for this support, we would say. No, first the foundation, of course. So we need the foundation. And for the foundation, we are going to take a square. We are talking about sketching there. And we say that it was 12 meters, which is 12,000 millimeters in y direction, and the vertical direction, of course, we say 5,000 millimeters. No. What's happening here? Okay, I see. That is 12,000. We change the vertical direction to 5,000 millimeters. Right. That's the thing that I wanted. We're going to move this sketch. For that one, we choose move. Come on here from point 1 to point 2. So I select the point number 1, and I'm going to move to the origin here. In that way. Perfect. Very happy about that. And that's my first sketch. So I finished the first one. And I put in 3 dimension. Yes. And this square, I'm going to extrude that one. And the extrusion, we said that was a foundation around, no, it's actually 1.2. So minus 1,200 millimeters. Perfect. That is the thing that I wanted. I make a sketch over there, here, which is the piers. And the pier is 6 meters and 2 meters, the dimensions. 6 meters. We say 6 meters, 6,000 millimeters for that one, and the other 2,000. We have that. The reason that we have 2 kinds of lines here is the black ones that are correct, defined, and the blue ones, they need to become defined. The way to make that is make a dimension for some point here. For example, this point against this point. And we have here 3 meters. Yes, it will be 3 meters. 3 meters here. And in the other, in the vertical direction, we need to put here. It will be, we had 5,000. There's 5,000. We can write down 2. It didn't work. So we make again that one. That. There's 2,500. That's in the middle of this square. 3,000. Yes. I am happy about that. I show this in the 3 dimensions. This I'm going to extrude how much it is, 4,600 millimeters. All right, extrude 4,600 millimeters, correct. And we need to define here, we have a little detail here, which is the support with a depth of 430. Yeah, right. So we are going to create a sketch here, and we make a square here with what's up that 3,000 millimeters. Yes, what 3,000 in that way, and in the other we say it 440. Okay, we are going to look at if this is on the middle. We have 3, that's on the middle. We need to, as you see here, the blue lines, it means that they are not defined in some direction. So we need to define, and you choose sketch dimension here. This one with this one. And we have now all the lines blocked, which is a very good sign. We close the sketch. We go to the 3D modeling here. I'm going to extrude this one, and we need to extrude at least 2,000, one, in the other direction, of course. We'll put a minus sign here, and that's our extrusion here. So we have the piers, the foundation, and we need to make for the other one, we need to make the piles. The piles are, the number of piles that I appreciated is around 8 and 1 meter from the one side. So I'm going to create a sketch here as well. I put the first one here, which is 300 millimeters, the pile. That way. Okay. we're going to define the position of this pile. First the sketch, of course. At this 1 meter, we say it 1 meter, which is 1000 millimeters in that way. And for the vertical one, we are talking about 2500 millimeters. Correct. Okay, we need 3 more here. No. So 300 that way. 1 more here. $300, and finally 1 more. It will be 4, but the other will be mirror. So that is the issue. Okay, the definition of this position here, 1250 millimeters. That one, another one, 1250 millimeters, and the final horizontal position for the pile in that way. This stuff needs to become defined in the other side, which is the vertical side, and that one. Yes. 1 more here, there, and finally this one. We need to make this one because there is a parametric modulation here. Correct. Now we have the 4. We need to make a construction line here in the middle. That was not correct. We changed it to construction line here. We select construction line here. So there's something like it's not working here. We will see. I want to select the very special. We will see what happened here. That one. We select some mirror. Select mirror. It was facing that. Select objects. We're going to select this again because it was select a line over there. Mirror. Select objects. We select with the first one here, the second one here, the third, and the fourth. Now we need to select a mirror line in that way. So, and finish the sketch. We'll look at that. Correct. Now we need to select the faces of these piles. Face 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 piles, which they are going to be extruded. How many millimeters we think about that? I will choose 7,000 millimeters, which is 7 meters. This is the first support or pier with foundation and piles, so very good. I like it. So I would like to mirror the whole. Instead of drawing again, I would like to mirror this object or construction element. For that purpose, we need to create a construction plane. And the plane, we're going to create that one 15,000 millimeters from there. One more to the other side. Of course, minus. And that one we have now the plane, which is our reference to mirror the pier. All right, now it's very simple, only to choose the component which calls piers, and afterwards we get our second support. For that, mirror, very good midplane, no, mirror, yes, all it's okay, mirror, we are not to select faces, we are going to mirror a component. Then we need to select the component, and afterwards we need to select the plane. In that way, we have got the second support. Happy about that, very nice. We have the second right now. We are going to, the reason that we have a half-tune support is that we need to accept that one. And that's up here, very good. The name of this stuff is 2, pier 2. Yeah, of course, pier 2. Okay, now we have the 2 supports, and we need to create the deck. As we said before, we talk about 2 alternatives. It could be several alternatives, but it's enough with representing only 2 right now. I will begin with alternative 2 for the component. And of course, component number 2, new component, and it's the name of the component is deck. Right, now it's the deck. And the deck is going to, I'm going to sketch that one, create a sketch. All right, here is we need some kind of line here at the middle, anyway, to extrusion and things like that, or to mirror. We select that one, and we change to construction line. Okay. From this point here, we create a line here, and we need to put some help lines as a construction lines. we will see what happened here. Okay, we need a vertical line from this point here. Maybe we can look at that. From this point here, we need a line 120 millimeters, and after we need a line 3 meters from the other point here, and afterwards 3.450 millimeters. Okay, right. Okay, we make that. Fusion there. We put a line, construction line from this point. We have a line here and change selection 120. That one, and the other is 3000. Minus 3000 millimeters. The other one, it will be 3000 millimeters minus 3550 millimeters. Okay. The chord under the deck here is around 1000 millimeters. That point, and we put a line here, construction line. Okay. We say 1000 millimeters from there. Okay. Let's see this point. I think maybe it's possible to make now the hole. All right, we continue with we switch off the construction lines to continue to make our sketch. Over there, the line. Correct. I need another line, construction line. We have a angle around 180 minus 5.5, 174.5. That, no. Construction line again. We say that we have there. We change to 174.5. That's the way that I want it. Switch off the construction line. We continue with sketching. There, this one here, 440, 50. One more here, 140, correct. And we have 224. No, yeah, yes, 224. Right, 224. Very strange measure. That's okay. Now, finally, of course, that's the half of the sketching. The other half we are going to mirror. It's that way. So we have here blue lines, which means they need to be defined. Okay, this point, with this point, adding this dimension will change or create the dimension. Okay. We define this point. This point, we define it with this point here. Okay, the vertical. The point here with this point here. That's correct. You see, all this stuff will get black. Right. We continue this point. We need to stretch to the mirror line there. Correct that. And now we can mirror this stuff. Okay. No. Mirror. Mirror lines. Select objects. We will see which objects we are going to select. This. Mirror. The first one is set this line, this line, this line, this line, that line, of course that one. But we will see we have a black overall. We finish our sketch. We change a view to three dimension. Yes. There's something that is not working here. Being rich, we're going to edit again. Edit the sketch. There's somewhere here that is not closed here. Why it's not closed? That's a good question. Aha. So that this point needs to be defined. 4,000 here. Define this point to we need to define this point. That. Okay, we have a block there, and we create a sketch here, line to the so no, the whole way, not only that part, but the whole way to the mirror line. So that one. Okay, we'll see. We are going to succeed. Mirror again with object. What objects they are? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, that one. Here. Here we need to 7. If I make a selection in other way, well, a little problem with that right now. Selecting the stuff that I'm going to select for. Yes. No, that is not selection tool. Mirror. Select. That we have the whole and that one. No, again. Okay. Yes, now we finish. Okay, we are going to extrude this stuff here. Okay, and we are going to extrude it to 2000 millimeters towards that direction. We spin it around here a little, and we're going to extrude that surface around minus 33,000 millimeters. Something here again, extrude minus 33,000 millimeters, but not negative. Distance. Okay, that's correct. And you see there is the deck. We have succeeded. Okay, now we're going to accept the whole model, and this is our second alternative, of course. So we take a picture here and we put in our yes, we're going to put here for example here this is our first alternative here, right? And now we are going to do the second alternative, creating a sketch, which is no second but is the first. And here we are going to put some construction lines to help me to sketch. Line and construction line, I can choose for that. I'll select 400 millimeters on this side, correct. We select 400 millimeters well from this side for the deck, on 400 millimeters. Oh, sorry, for 400 millimeters there. The middle line, we need a mirror line here, construction line to mirror. At the same time, this line needs to 250. That one. I'm going to make here a square here for the first alternative. 400 millimeters, right? Minus. So in that way we switch off the construction line to sketch, and we put our sketch lines here, there, and finally that one. So we are going to mirror this to the other side. Mirror lines, of course. I'm going to select the objects that I would like to mirror. That, not that, but that, and that one. Mirror line, of course, that one. We will see the sketch. We need to have two surfaces here. Select those two ones. On extrude, I'm going to extrude minus 33,000 millimeters. And we have the other, no, we need little more, little more, little more. This one, extrude minus 34,000 millimeters. I think we succeeded. Not either. How much is there? A little more here. Extrude minus 36,000 millimeters. Bude. Now we succeeded. So here is our first alternative. So we take a picture from that. And we put here. Okay. So we have our two alternatives about the deck and the modulation for the bridge beam. So conceptual design is the first stage of building a project and making several types of possibilities for the building construction. Okay, I hope that this can illustrate some ways to thinking about conceptualization of constructions, in this case, bridge. Thank you. Have a good time.